Tyler will exchange hugs and kisses later, I promise. In the meantime, we've got a 12-team Superflex PPR 1.75 for the tight end start 10. Are you going JSN or George Pickens and the 109? Go ahead, man.
Well, I notoriously hate George Pickens. I would always say the thing is you have to be careful about trading rookie picks now. I always want to wait to do that. But in this case, the offer is so far over that I would just take JSN.
So what if it were the 107?
Well, that would be more interesting. I'd probably still lean JSN. That's a lot closer, though. Anything higher than that, and you might want to wait until during the draft. You can probably get something better. Typically, though, I always say, if you're going to trade away rookie picks like now, the only incentive to do that is if you're getting rid of what we would call a liability, like George Pickens, a liability. Jaden Reed would be another liability. Brian Robinson, or Boring Robinson, as I like to call him, another liability. You have to be getting rid of something. If it's just picks for players, there's no real incentive to do it because the picks are going to go up in value after the NFL draft pretty much every time. So, yeah, that's
why do you like JSN?
Why do I like JSN?
Yeah.
I mean, he produced a lot in year 2.
Catches a lot of footballs.
Yeah, he's still only 23. I'm going to do a buy video. Oh, this is a preview I wasn't expecting to do. I'm apparently going to do a buy video tomorrow on JSN. It's the show sheet is already mostly done. So that'll be coming out. And yeah, there's a lot nice to say. I'm not really afraid of Cooper Kupp. He's old and washed. So yeah,
which pretty much squashes his dynasty value. Enough said there. Old, washed, and you're not very liquid all of a sudden, right? Tyler, let's get a baseline on you real quick, and then we'll introduce. You can introduce yourself. What type of dynasty player are you, and what is your format of choice? So you can't just say that the format that we had up on the screen happened to be your favorite. You have to go more in depth. But what type of player are you?
Well, we'll take the first part first and then the second part. So, I think everyone knows, maybe not everyone knows me. I always just assume that everyone knows me. But I think most people who follow me ever know that I like picks. I like younger players. I don't like running backs. I don't like older players. And let's see. That's mostly it. I mostly focus on value and tell you there are some things I don't focus on. Roster construction, portfolio, don't care about those things. Yeah, I like to trade for a lot of future picks.
Okay.
That's definitely a part of my strategy. And then, yeah, other than that, a lot of trading down, not a lot of trading up.
Are you tough to trade with, would you say, Tyler?
Yes and no. I mean, in most leagues I'm in, I make the most trades. So on one hand, I would say no, in that I make the most trades. If I were that tough to trade with, I wouldn't make any trades.
Just send out a lot of volume.
I do,
is
yeah.
That part of it? Yeah.
Of course. Why not? I mean, it's a hobby, right? I mean, for most people, myself included, I don't play in $1,000 dynasty leagues. Maybe some people do. That would be interesting. I've never done that. It's a hobby, right? I mean, it's supposed to be fun. If you're going to do a hobby, you would want to participate in that hobby, right? I mean, what's the point? I don't get it. Like, why would you want to play in a league if you're not going to send offers in that league? I don't get that. So why not send the offers? What is there to lose? It's declined. Oh, that's a terrible outcome, right? I mean, it's the end of the world.
Shooters got to shoot, man. Yeah. So hey, Tyler, intro yourself briefly, and then bring up the promo that you're doing tonight, and I'm gonna post it in the chat. Tyler is giving out there's a promo code to get your patron cheap. Is that my understanding, sir?
That's correct. Yeah. So if you sign up, somehow I got, and I'm never giving this link up, patreon.com/fantasy advice. I'm not giving that up ever. No, I'm never giving that up. I don't know how that was available, but it was available 4 or 5 years ago at this point. So if you use the promo code DTI5, wow, a very original idea to use that as the promo code. For the rest of today, so you have 3 hours and 21 minutes to use that promo code. You'll get 75% off your first month. I feel like that's a good value. It's the highest discount I've ever offered. I don't do free. I've learned that lesson. Never free, because then Patreon doesn't try to charge the credit card and then it doesn't go through. Bad things happen. So basically 75% off whatever tier you join at for your first month, and then whatever the price is after that.
Excellent. Yeah, I just put that in the chat. Yeah, 75% off Patreon. Good stuff,
Yeah,
man.
you got to use
that.
So at checkout, type in the code DTI5. I don't think capitals matter. Just type it out and it'll auto take the 75% off.
Good stuff. All right, rock on. Here, let's go to a question that was in the hopper. This is from buymeacoffee.com/trades in5, where you can give your donations and get them answered online here. So the Wonderly got us a hammer. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So Tyler, this is a 14-team 1QB half PPR start 8. We have Hurt, Gino at quarterback. We've got Bijan, Jacobs, Monty, Tracy, Hunt. And then we have Jamar Chase, Nico, AJ Brown, Ayuk, Diojon, Tutu, and then Hawkinson, Andrews, and Otten at tight end. Has the 109 in 2025, and then just has a 27 first. The trade here is give AJ Brown, Monty, the 109 and the 313, and you're getting CD, Kirk, the 208 and the 306. And says, love the opportunity to get CD. Worried this move is unneeded and makes me too thin. Love the comfort of my current depth. So real quick, Tyler, let me just frame this up. It's 14-team 1QB half PPR start 8. So what do you think about that? You're giving AJ Brown, Monty, the 109. You're getting CD, Kirk, and the 208 essentially.
Well, I mean, this is a lot of pieces, not my style of trade. Yeah, I always find that you're better off trading one player at a time, maybe 2 players, maybe 2. 4 for 4, too confusing. Like I know it sounds, kind of silly, right? But a lot of people see a 4 for 4. They're just like, oh, I don't want to do that. Reject. And then you wasted your time. Now, to address this offer specifically, so 14 team, that means that the 208 is really the 210. Not a big fan of 14 team, by the way. It's not my favorite. I don't know. I mean, do I want to have AJ Brown? No. 14 teams start 8. That's a total of 112 starters. So a little bit shallower than a 12 start 10. Just a tiny bit shallower, though. And it's 1 QB. So, man, this is one of those trades. I don't like it at all. If I had the starting, well, let me just help this person. If I had the starting side, let's start by trying to get rid of David Montgomery. That would be where I would start. I would just eliminate this whole idea. Get rid of David Montgomery. Then I would try to sell AJ Brown. Maybe you could sell for CeeDee Lamb. You could try to get the price down a little bit. If you're not going to be able to do that, I'd consider selling AJ Brown for something else. But my basic advice is maybe sell David Montgomery, hold on to the 109. Like I said earlier, we want to keep rookie picks until the draft. Why not? Because they're going to be worth most when? On the clock, which you better be active on the clock. Otherwise, you're not going to take advantage of that rookie pick. And then AJ Brown, not a risky asset, right? I mean, nothing's going to happen to AJ Brown between now and September, right? Nothing is going to happen to him. But, someone who's going to turn 28, would I like to sell him? Sure. Maybe this is not the way I would do that. I'd consider maybe looking at, I don't know. I mean, looking at my dynasty rankings, could you get Jackson Smith-Njigba plus for AJ Brown? Not that I'm obsessed with Jackson Smith-Njigba, although I do really like him. Marvin Harrison Jr. plus for AJ Brown. you might do that, sell Monty for something else, and then keep the 109. So that's what I would do. Just kind of not do this trade.
No, I get you. I get you. It doesn't make, and it seems like, who is this? The Wonderly. Thanks again for the hammer. Seems like he's wondering if it's needed at all either. Even calls it out. Worried it's not. Makes me
Yeah.
thin. I do like, though, the idea of getting rid of AJ Brown, and saying getting rid of, sounds bad. It's like he still puts
Well,
a
it's
lot of
not
fancy
bad. I
points up, but
mean,
he has no liquidity anymore. He's seen,
mm,
what do you think?
he still carries liquidity. I find that people still want AJ Brown, not me.
Can you
I
get
don't want
can
AJ
you get
Brown.
JSN plus? You mentioned that. Can you get JSN plus for AJ Brown?
Why not try? What's the worst thing that happens, right? I mean, what is the downside? You probably can't get Marvin Harrison Jr. plus, but JSN plus, some people don't like JSN. Some people are not so sure. They added Cooper Kupp. They see, well, they're going to have to compete for the slot role. Some people saw that JSN the first year wasn't so good. The start of the second year wasn't so good. I mean, it was really only an 11-game period. Now, for me, that was enough to say, well, this is what JSN is. For other people, maybe they don't feel that way. You'll never know unless you try, right? I mean, I don't know what every person has ranked better than other people. I know what I have ranked, but that doesn't tell me what someone may or may not do. So, there's no downside.
Yeah, the chat seems to be saying CD. Lots of people saying CD, not even close. I don't think it's like a landslide, but I would be taking CD as well.
Well,
just
I would
because of the
certainly
AJ Brown aspect of it for me anyway.
I'd certainly never do the trade in the other direction.
Yeah.
Like, I get this a lot. Like, I get these trades in the Patreon Discord a lot. I get trades like this example, this trade. And my answer is, I don't really want to do that. But if I'm going to do it, there's only one side I'd ever consider, one direction I'd ever consider doing it in. This is one of those. If you're asking me, if I'm being forced to do it, I'm taking the CeeDee Lamb side. But if in the situation we're in, is that the best way you could capitalize on the assets of AJ Brown, the 109, and David Montgomery? Probably not. Maybe it is. And then you go back to that. It's still going to be there during the draft. The 109 is not going to lose value.
Jay Nolan has a question for us from the crowd. He was the first one in, well, outside of Ray.
Oh, I love Ray.
Yeah, Ray saying Team Tyler with a goat.
He's often the first comment on my YouTube videos.
Oh, is he? Yeah. That's awesome. Cheers, Ray. That's cool when people do that. We have a couple of those. Ours is Alex. He's coming up. So Jay Nolan had a question. It is a 12-team Superflex PPR 0.5 tight end premium start 8. So very shallow here. It is Kyler, Penix, Darnold at quarterback. We have Henry, JT, Charbonnet at running back. Lamb, Amon-Ra, Godwin, Olave, Pickens at wide receiver. And then Freiermuth and Fergie at tight end. Has the 104, 105, and then just the 302. Says KW3 owner wants to sell. Send the 105 and the 26 second for Ken Walker and the 112.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing any part of that. The 105 is going to gain value between now and the draft. Kenneth Walker, to me, I feel bad. I don't want to say I feel bad for Kenneth Walker, but unfortunately, Zach Charbonnet is not going away, and that's an inconvenience for Kenneth Walker. But we're not doing this. We're not doing this. You could get more for the 105, especially in a super flex, than this. So, yeah, this is going to be a no for me.
You can see probably why Jay Nolan wants to do this, because he's the Charbonnet owner. So maybe he's just wants to feel that comfort of having Ken Walker. You don't care about
irrelevant.
You don't care about handcuffs at
totally
all,
irrelevant. No, totally irrelevant. I don't care about that at all. The only thing is, if you're in some sort of best ball format, then these things matter. Then roster construction matters. Then stacking matters. Then whatever else matters. If it's a lineup league, these things don't matter. They don't matter. Handcuffs. I mean, sure, there are some handcuffs I like at their value. Actually, Charbonnet is one of them. And there are some that I don't. Most that I don't, I will say. So yeah, I don't care.
Especially in this format too, when you're talking 12 team start 8, you just want the best freaking player you can possibly get in your lineup. It's like, so Ken Walker may not even be looking high enough is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. I
You're
also
really,
start 8
really
what?
trying to go hammer hunting.
Is it start 8, 2 running backs, or is it start 8, the thing that's all the rage now, like all flex? If it's all flex, then I definitely don't want Walker at all. Like in those leagues, I will tell you, in those leagues where you do not have to start a running back, I don't have any running backs. Or if you only have to start 1, it's when you start having to start 2 that unfortunately I start forcing myself to have a running back eventually. I understand that if you have to start 2 running backs,
you eventually have to put one in.
I do understand that while I might not want to build a startup this way, because I usually go productive struggle, like if you're gonna win in a league that mandates starting 2 running backs, you will need to start running backs in order to win that league. I do understand that. It's just about how you get there.
Alex has a strategy question. Good to see you, Alex. Tyler, we'll start with you on this one. What's the best way to tier up in a league that is expanding starters from start 9 to start 10? Been hard as people are holding players for depth, even when overpaying with extra assets. Ideas? What do you think?
Well, I have great ideas. Number 1, don't overpay. Number 2, I'm not a big fan of changing rules of a dynasty league in the middle of it. That to me is
I think this is a beautiful thing. I think we're looking at a beautiful thing right here, though, Tyler. Alex, they're talking about taking at least one of the training wheels off. They're moving from a start 9 to start 10.
Start 9 is too easy, but I think it's hard. It is hard to change the rules in the middle. This is better than changing from 1 QB to super flex. I just say don't do that. That has too many problems.
Yeah.
This I think you can do in an existing league as long as there's some sort of majority voted for it. With that being said, no, we're not going to overpay. The best way to get there is to accumulate rookie picks and then trade them on the clock for the high-end assets. That's the only way to get there, especially if this is the market. If you cannot get the assets without overpaying, that's the only way that we're going to get there. There's no other way.
There's no other way. Okay.
No, there's no other way, because otherwise you're going to gut your team in search of high-end assets at a bad price. And then you might also trade your future picks away in order to do that. And then your team's not going to be all that good because it's not going to have the depth that you need. And then later you're going to be sorry that you traded the rookie picks away. So no, there's no other way. We're not going to do that. And yeah.
You crack me up, man. There's gonna be some great sound bites here. That's
you
for
think
sure.
so?
Yeah.
It's
tell us about you real quick, Tyler. Go ahead.
Me? It must be weird to see me unscripted, right? I mean, this is the reason that I have a script, because otherwise, this is well, I don't know. This is why my live show no longer exists.
No, you're awesome, dude.
No, I understand. I do like myself. I'm not one of those imposter syndrome people. I have none of that. But my show is very scripted. This is the first time I have the StreamYard open in a full window. Like I usually have StreamYard on the left and show sheet on the right. And I do ad lib, but I'm mostly reading my notes that I prepared, which is good because that means I don't get anything wrong factually. Yeah. It's nice not to make mistakes. I can't tell you how many times, and I listen to Dynasty content, there are so many horrible things that are said, things that are just totally wrong, like player drafted in the wrong year.
Yes, like that,
contract ending in the wrong year, age that's multiple years off,
like 4 years off,
4 years off, many different problems. And I'm like, where did this come from? Did you not look it up? You have Google. There's no excuse. But the point of that is all of my content is scripted. It's scripted basically down to the last minute. And, this is more like how I really am. Like my
Yes.
YouTube videos don't represent my personality very well. This is more representative of me. But, you know, maybe now it would be something I could go and bring back. I don't know.
Yeah, man, it's good to get you live. I mean, for sure. We've been
Yeah,
talking about this for a minute. It's like just
it's a good change of
live's
pace.
fun. Live's fun.
People
It's not.
always
Yeah.
ask me to come back and do it. You know, I always say no because for me, I feel like I see the comment, I see the word salad comment. I do get a little bit on that when I'm live, and when I do my recorded videos, there are no word salads. So I do think my recorded content is better. But, you know, people do ask for this. I get asked for this almost once a week. Come back live, go back live, do live again.
Definitely, it's fun to engage with the community.
Yeah, I mean,
I suck
I'm not
at
shy.
recording. No, you're not. Yeah, the outtakes like on our recordings, freaking hilarious. I suck
Your
at
videos?
recording. Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't edit.
Yeah, you don't edit. I do a bunch of fancy shit.
I cut it up, but not like edit. I don't edit myself out.
Editing is so fun. Okay, Blitz Rules 240 has got a question from the crowd. Thank you very much, Tyler. This is a 10-team 1QB PPR. The team is Bryce Penix and Bryson Penix at quarterback. Yeah, Cans is trash cans at running back. So 0 essentially. Puka, Nico, BTJ, Purcell, and then Kelsey and Kraft at tight end. We have 108, 302, 3, 5, and 9. So it has 4 thirds. Hammer running back and try to contend, or best player available. So 10-team 1QB PPR. Let's assume it's like a start like 9. Yeah.
So you're saying do what exactly?
So should he hammer running back? So just draft running backs with all those thirds, or best player available?
Well, typically the best player available in the third is often a running back. Now, why is that? Great question. I'm glad that I asked myself. The value proposition, right? Those wide receivers that you might get in the third, who's interested in like buying, I don't know, the wide receiver in that range? Like, is there really a market for Wan'Dale Robinson, right? Is anyone excited for Wan'Dale Robinson? No, they're not excited for Wan'Dale Robinson. They're not excited for the wide receivers in that range. So you take the player and then they sit there. They sit there and they rot on your roster. So what I found is that the better value, which is what I'm chasing, is you take the running backs in the third, kind of like what you're saying, not because I need the running backs to try to contend, but because typically in the third round, they have a better value trade proposition than the wide receivers in that round. I certainly don't want to take tight ends and a non-tight end premium. I definitely don't want to do that. I'm not that interested in taking quarterbacks, especially in this class, in a 1 QB. That doesn't interest me. So yeah, it'll probably be a bunch of running backs, but maybe not for the reasons that you're saying. If you had a lot of running backs, I would still take more running backs.
Mm-hmm. Right. With those picks. Yeah. If you're going to throw a dart, because running backs, you always find that they're always liquid. You run into that time of year where it's like, I've got a third, let me buy, I'm just thinking from, what was it, maybe 2 years back or something. It's like, let me buy Ty Chandler, and you like buy him for like a spot start or whatever. Or people were doing it with what? Jerome Ford and stuff this year.
People are still buying spot.
Yeah, exactly. So I just find it so much better to have those running backs because they get that spot start in a good situation. They're going to score like some fantasy points and people want to buy those. So
after a point, once you get past a certain point, wide receivers are impossible to move. No one wants them. So there does come a point at which you need to get running backs because they're the only thing that'll give you a possibility of trading, especially post rookie draft, because then the backfields are set. You know what you're getting.
Let's go to Andrew Mitra. Where you going? Mitra or Mitra?
Pronunciation is not my area of expertise.
Andrew M. Thank you for the question. This is a 10-team Superflex start 11. There you go.
Ooh.
102 for the 105 and 205. I also have the 103. Trying to figure out a preliminary offer for after the end of NFL draft. Hashtag Team Tyler. What do you think here, Tyler?
What do I think? Well, what I think is that it's good that we're thinking in advance, right? I mean, it's good to think in advance so you can be prepared. What is the best way to fail is not be prepared, right? I mean, you got to be prepared. So I like that. Now, obviously, I wouldn't do the trade now because on the clock, you can almost certainly do better than that. The worst thing you could do is that, which you could do then. So there's no reason to do that now. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would like to get more, right? Like, wouldn't you?
Yeah, the 205 just isn't high enough. It's just not high enough, to move back 3 spots. And I like the fact that Andrew's also got the 103. You've got the 2-3 lockdown. If you want me to open up a spot between my picks, it's going to cost more than the 205. If you make that a 27 first, and I'll give you, I don't know, a late second, or I give you a third, it's going to cost a first. I'm not going to just move back for the 205. It's a start 11, but it's still a 10 team. This isn't deep.
No,
Those
it's
are my
not deep.
thoughts. What
It's
do you
actually
think?
shallower.
It's shallow. Yeah.
It's got to be 10 teams, got to be start 12, right? I mean, if it's 12 teams start 10, it should be 10 teams start 12, right?
It's
Doesn't
nice
that
to
make sense?
see. It's nice to see a 10 team start 11. Most of the time, like we, don't see 10 teams start 11. It's like 10 teams start 8 or
Should
9.
be, right? I mean, like to me, 120 starters is standard. So if it's 10, like 12 teams start 10, should be 10 teams start 12. I mean, that's how you can make a 10 team league exciting, right? I mean, for me, I actually like 10 team leagues. I don't know. Maybe that's a minority opinion. 12 is preferred, but my second favorite is 10. I really don't like anything other than 12 or 10. I don't like 14 or 16 at all. I don't find it to be fun.
We have up here Sandford. He's my boy. He says the 205 needs to be the 109.
Oh, that would help.
Instance. I totally agree. That feels right.
Well, that would be right. 2 premium players, I think, at that point. 2
you think
instead of just
1. You think there's gonna be a premium player at 109?
Well, compared to 205, yeah, I think so.
We hope so. You're the one who has all the picks, so you're gonna be picking these guys.
So why do we trade down? What's the point of trading down? Trading down allows your opponents, your league mates, to make a mistake. If you trade down, it lets them make a mistake. So I actually like this idea of trading down from the 102 if we have the 103, because then we can take advantage. If we didn't have another high pick, then we're not going to take advantage of their mistake. But if we have the 103, it gives them the opportunity. Maybe they don't make a mistake. So we have to do the trade as if we're getting value anyway. But it gives them the opportunity to make a mistake, and then you get the same player at 103 that you would have gotten at 102. Mistakes happen. I mean, people do dumb things all the time. I mean, we see that people are not the smartest. Everyone says, I saw on Twitter, somebody said, oh, dynasty managers are getting smarter. Everything is hard. It's not that hard. I mean, your average person is not very smart. So there's many opportunities to do things in leagues. I'm sorry. This is just the reality of the situation. Like, don't
the world in terms of
overestimate how smart your league mates are. They might do something stupid. Leave it open as a possibility, right? I mean, it is
fair.
Absolutely possible. I mean, we've all done stupid things, right? I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I certainly have. I can tell you that. I used to trade up all the time. That was dumb. But I learned now. I wish I'd known that 4 years ago, but at least I know now.
Yeah. I completely lost what I was gonna say. Just had me laughing.
That
here, we'll go to a format that you like here. Curtis Carmichael III. Thank you for the hammer. Appreciate it. And this is over at, you can see the graphic under us. It's buymeacoffee.com/trades5. You can go on there. Website. It's Buy Me a Coffee is dope.
No, I know. Go over there, I use it.
Leave. I know. I'm trying to do a read here for my Buy Me a Coffee.
I interrupt a lot. This was the biggest feedback on my old shows is constant interruptions.
No, you're good, man. Don't worry about it. This is loose. Yeah, buymeacoffee.com/trades in 5, and we can answer them on the streams like this. All right, let's go to Curtis Carmichael III. Appreciate the hammer, man. Tyler, we've got a 14-team PPR. It says Superflex 2QB. So I wonder if Curtis happens to be in the room, but making it look like you could do 2 QBs and a Superflex. I'm gonna go with it.
That would be
knows what he's
wild, by the
doing.
way. In a 14 team, if you could do 3 quarterbacks, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it though, meaning that he could maybe start 3 quarterbacks. Okay, 14 team super flex, 2 quarterback, PPR start 10. Okay, so you could start 3 quarterbacks. Lamar, Tua at quarterback, Stevenson, Tracy, Warren, Shipley, Batty, Mason, and Justice Hill at running back. Sutton, Shakir, Cup, McConkey, Ridley, Slayton, and then I remember he listed a couple other trash can wide receivers. And as Kraft, Ferguson at tight end. 111, 204, 206, 210, and 212. Says, I'm a fringe contender, made the playoffs, but was knocked out the first round. How do I tier up, or should I start the rebuild process? So we're going to say it's a 14-team 2 QB, start 10, and there's also a super flex included there. We're going to stick with that. What are you doing here with this team?
Well, this is not a contender. So the rebuild process would be a good idea. I mean, this is not a contender at all. Like, if you could start 3 quarterbacks, which I assume you can't, but if you can, this is even worse. You only have 2 quarterbacks. That's not good. Even if you didn't, in a 14-team superflex, you only have 2 quarterbacks. That's no good. Your running backs, well, they're not good. Wide receivers, a lot of them are old. Yeah, this is not a contender at all. So we're going to rip this team apart. That would be my recommendation. I would start by getting rid of everything except Lamar. And start
Lad, you can get something for it. I mean, it's going to be one of those things. If you're going to rebuild, you're like trying to sell the stuff that nobody wants,
Yeah.
But I'd want to hold on to him if possible, naturally. But so you're blowing this up, huh?
Yeah. This is the most difficult conversation I always have to have when someone joins the Patreon and they're asking me for team advice. And my first advice is start over, blow the whole thing up, start over. And that's not exactly getting me into their good graces as our first conversation, but I'm honest. Like this, if you continue down this road, you are going to get worse and worse and worse. And in a 14 team, it's hard to climb out of it. This is why I don't like 14 team, by the way, because when you get screwed, it takes years, not a year. So yeah, I think you have to start now. I mean, players like Cup might never be valuable again. Sutton is on the edge. Ridley is circling the drain. So Mason has some value that now they didn't have before. Might be an opportunity to capitalize. Warren has some value now that he's not going to have after the NFL draft. Some people are saying that Jaylen Warren is going to be a workhorse. That's not going to happen. So that's another player. Maybe get rid of. Ramondre Stevenson, another risk, a third risk. Are the Patriots going to draft a running back? I mean, Stevenson was not good last year. Tyrone Tracy was good to start, but wore down as the year went on. Could the Giants draft a running back? Tracy turns 26 in season. So you're loaded with risk. What is going to gain value on your team? McConkey? That's it, right? I mean, nothing else. Nothing else is going to, and that doesn't even get into Tua's concussion risk, another risk that you have. So that's all risk.
What would you do with those picks? So are you trying to move those back to 26 and 27? What are you doing with those in particular? You have the 111, 204, 206, 210, 212.
Possibly. I mean, look, when I'm on the clock, I'm looking to see what I can get. I'm looking to see if I can trade down for packages that get future picks. Am I open to trading them for young players? Sure. But are you going to get anything super valuable at the 111 in trade? Maybe not. you can just make picks. I mean, there's nothing wrong with adding young players to the team or players that, could gain value, because a lot of people think to rebuild, all you have to do is just punt the picks forward. That's a part of it. But something you can do is you take these rookies, they gain some value, they gain steam, and then you sell them and you've never even had to see them play. Like, there are times where a rookie gets hype in training camp and you sell them for more than you picked them for. And they ended up being bad.
Net positive. Yeah,
I mean, remember, what was his name? Darwin Thompson. Remember, people were giving a first for Darwin Thompson.
I love me some Darwin Thompson for years.
I mean, not very smart people were doing that, but there were people who were doing that. So this is why maybe you don't have to trade the rookie picks. But a lot of these players, yeah, you gotta make some hard choices,
Yeah, I think that team, you got to go the opposite way. As
the window closed last year.
That's just so thin, like you said, with all the risk pieces like
so
Stevenson and Tracy. It could very easily turn to absolute shit. So
pretty much, yeah. And 14 team, it'll be shit for years. It is so brutal to get out of a bad situation in a 14 team league. And the reason for that is because when you're trading for a first, if it ends up being a late first, it's just so late. It doesn't give you the value that it does in a 12 team league. So if you keep getting unlucky, you can get stuck in the bottom for years and years and years and not be able to get out, even if you do everything right.
Let's go to Brian Curry with a 12-team Superflex PPR. It is 2.0 for the tight ends. Send Herbert for London and the 102. So again, it's 12-team Superflex PPR, 2.0 for the tight ends. Let's assume it's a start 10. Herbert for London and the 102.
So this was my idea. This is from my Patreon Discord. So
nice.
Yeah, so I do like that. I like that idea. I like the idea that I had earlier. So yes, I would do that. And I would do that because I like Justin Herbert.
Let me just add this in real quick too. He says I have Baker and Dak as well as Herbert. So giving Herbert, getting London in the 102, but I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. It doesn't matter. I think if you look in a startup draft, I mean, look at where Justin Herbert goes. Look at where Drake London goes. Look at where the 102 goes, right? I mean, would you in a startup draft trade the pick to draft Justin Herbert for the picks to draft Drake London in the 102? Of course you would. Of course you would. It's like a early second for Drake London is a late second. 102 is maybe a third, fourth turn. So of course you would do that, right? If you just were offered that blind. So yeah, it's a no-brainer, right?
We need a Tyler failure rant. Do you know what this is all about?
I do. This used to be a thing that I do. I would give players nicknames. I mean, you heard Boring Robinson before. There was Drew Disaster. Drew Lock was Drew Disaster. Carson Won'ts
nice.
For Carson Wentz. Doo Smith Pooster.
We just have Diojon. Diojon is one here. Deontay Johnson, of course.
Oh yeah. But when I was doing the failure rants, I still like Deontay Johnson. So
he's the man.
Yeah, forever. So he wasn't a failure yet. But those are some of them. But yeah, basically it's just me talking about how I don't like failure. I don't like to see failure. And then there's just many versions of that rant. But if we want to rant,
speaking,
I'll consider it.
Yeah. Speaking of failure, where's your head at on Zach Wilson? Is he going to be a thing in the future?
No, I don't think so. He is not so good, and I do think that
I was a truther. I'm not going to lie, and I'm not giving up yet. But
well, he did make one good throw. The problem is it was at a workout. So it was a little, it didn't count. It didn't count.
Didn't count.
Yeah. Just like Caleb Williams, one good throw from this rookie season. I do happen to like Caleb Williams, but I have heard so many times that as a reason to like Caleb Williams. That throw on that penalty play that was taken away as a reason that Caleb Williams is so great. I'm like, there are actually good reasons to come up with. This is not one of them. Like, try picking things that did count. Like, seriously, it just annoys me when I hear that.
Ray put in here, Tyler's Patreon is fire and it's discounted right now, more than worth it. Yeah, go to, so it's patreon.com. Is it /fantasy advice? Promo code.
I don't know what kind of slash, whatever the slash is.
What is the slash above your head? Is that / backslash?
I don't know.
Slash, right?
It's a slash. Yeah.
Patreon.com / fantasy advice.
Yeah. I put the link in the private chat. It's not letting me put the link in the actual chat.
Yeah, yeah, you don't have credentials for that. No way. I don't know you, bro. I don't know you, bro. No, promo code is DTI5, and we don't think it's case sensitive. So go in there. Oh, here's Clyde Edwards failure. Okay.
Oh yes, that is a famous one of mine. Clyde Edwards failure. Yeah.
Oh man, the CEH year. Let's go to. Let me find another one here. Okay.
How do people remember all this stuff? I don't even remember this stuff.
People listen to you.
I know.
People listen. Here's Chasing Breakers has a 12-team Superflex PPR start 9, 6-point per passing touchdown. Looking to tear down at quarterback on a hard rebuild. Send Jalen Hurts for Drake Maye and the 110. Dude, that's a hard rebuild there.
Yeah, I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. It doesn't feel good enough. It feels like you can do better.
Yeah, let's talk through this though, because I do like Drake Maye a lot.
Me too.
So what would we need here? It's a 6-point per passing touchdown. We don't need to worry about that because they're both same in terms of running ability ish. Let's go Jalen Hurts or Drake Maye, and it has to be more than JSN even.
No, I think JSN would be enough.
Oh, really? Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts for Drake Maye and JSN. That's good for you.
Jalen Hurts to me is an overrated dynasty asset. I mean, yes, I have him at the 4th asset, but it's not close. It's a big difference between, Allen, Lamar, and Jaden Daniels, and then Jalen Hurts is a big difference. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, Drake Maye and JSN. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you're going to get more. That wouldn't be enough for like Jaden Daniels or Josh Allen or Lamar. I'd need more. But for just Jalen Hurts, I mean, if I'm in a rebuild, what would I really rather have? I mean, Jalen Hurts is not that thing. Someone said Drake Maye and 104. I mean, I'd rather have JSN than 104. Is there going to be a player at 104 that's better than JSN? I don't think so.
That sounds about right. I mean, now that we're talking through it, JSN and Drake Maye might do it. And then, yeah, Drake Maye and the 104 and JSN are kind of, let's see. I see others saying I'd do it for Maye and JSN. I think I have 1 or 2 Jalen Hurts shares. Maybe I'll shoot out something like that.
You should do it.
I think I have a bunch of Maye too. It's been nice going back into these into all these leagues.
A lot of people took JJ McCarthy over Drake Maye last year. A lot of people did that.
Yeah. What's the latest with him, by the way, right now? JJ McCarthy? Yeah.
I mean, look, JJ McCarthy, he's gonna start.
The narrative is there. Yeah. Do you see it?
There's no evidence to show that JJ McCarthy is good at all. I mean, people can say that. They can say that. I mean, they can make claims. A lot of people are making a lot of claims. There's no real evidence, right? I mean, he went 10th overall in the NFL draft. Honestly, in that rate, most quarterbacks are a failure. The only quarterbacks that have a good hit rate above 50% go in the top 3. So most quarterbacks in that range are a failure. He didn't throw much in college. Could he be good? Sure.
I think he'd be likable. I think he'd be very likable if
he seems like a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't dislike him. I mean, or anything. He seems very nice. Like, he could be good. He is very young, which is helpful. does mean that his lack of production doesn't count against him as much. If he played in college at 23 and had a lack of production, that would be very bad, like Tyler Shuck, who is horrible. I don't understand the hype there, but JJ McCarthy came out at 21, so he didn't have the opportunity. If he had stayed until he was 23, maybe he does have that wonderful, Joe Burrow type season that he had at 23. Maybe it does happen. So there's that upside there. So I'm not saying he's going to fail, but it's a risk. There's no guarantee that JJ McCarthy is good at all.
It was such a bummer when he got that injury. I was like,
it really was. I wanted to see it.
I wanted to see him play.
He was having a good camp.
Yeah, I was freaking bummed. That's for sure. You never want to see that. You want to see people play.
No, you don't want to.
You want to see exciting players play football. Let's go. What says? What in the crossover episode is this? Hey, we are we are glad to have Tyler on board here. He's helping me reboot Dynasty Trades in 5 right now. It has been quite a break. So thank you, Tyler.
Has it been that long?
It's been a minute. Yeah. I did a stream a couple weeks ago, but it's been a few weeks. This has been a break. Let's say that. We're back to Tuesday nights at 8:30 EST, baby. This is our spot. Okay. So let's go to something else. I'm going to give out some shit. I sent out a survey. What it was, it was a Google form I sent out on X and on the YouTube community post, basically asking for, help trying to find co-hosts, other ideas for content types, asking for, who's your favorite content creators, and everybody loved Tyler and his, what is it, your antics, your rants? No, but so I'm going to run this spin the wheel thing. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to spin this, do it 3 times. And these are going to be various types of prizes. So the first one is going to be a roster review. I do roster reviews as well. So if you email rosterreview@dynastytradesin5.com, I will review your roster for free to the first winner here. So let's go to share the screen. All right. Can you see it, Tyler? Does it look good?
Does
it look fine?
It looks like Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, nice. Okay, rock on. These were to I think it was 46 or 48. Yeah, 46 entries.
Wow.
Helping out with this survey, which is so kick-ass. This community was built on or built by the community rather. So very cool to see this. First winner, this is a free roster review, is going to be going to Ryan.
Ooh.
All right, Ryan, I've got your email address and everything, so I will reach out to you and we will set it up. Okay, so I'm going to remove Ryan and I'm going to spin this again. This is going to be for a listener league spot. We got a couple of those. Let's give one of them out right now. Mike. All right. We will take a break, but then we're going to come back to this wheel. Okay. So Mike got the first listener league spot. What's up, buddy?
No, I got to use this wheel more often. This is very cool.
Yeah, it is cool. There's also a StreamYard giveaway tool thing too, which is fun. Yeah, so if people like right now start put in hashtag hammer into the chat. Some people in here know how to do that. Hashtag hammer. I'm going to go to the StreamYard tool later and we'll give out a hat or some shit. Everybody's getting something cool tonight.
You have merch?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I love that. Yeah, I do not have merch.
No, I need to sell more of it, but yes, we have awesome merch actually. So this is Nick Lester's asking, what are we doing with CMC on contenders? It's a good question. It's a shallow league, 10 team superflex, start 10. In this format, is he a hold for the upside? I have a good roster and 325 first. What do you think here?
I mean, in general, he's a sell, but he's hard to sell. So I don't know. I'd try, but are you going to get back what CMC offers and upside? Probably not. Especially not this year, right? Last year, you could trade CMC for the 108 and you'd get a really good player. That's not going to happen this year. So it's hard. It's hard as a contender. You can't trade CMC for something. You can trade him for something in the future and get good value. That you can absolutely do. What you're not going to be able to do as easily is trade CMC for something younger that's also good now. That is going to be difficult. So you kind of have to make a choice. Are you going to accept something else? And then maybe you remember, you can always do multiple trades. You could trade CMC for something good in the future and then trade that something in the future back for an asset you like better. But that might be difficult to do. So it depends. It depends on what you can get. I also see some leagues where CMC still has a big market and the majority where he does not.
I'm just seeing a comment down there. It's so funny. And the
Oh my
giveaway,
God, really?
the giveaway tool is I'm also trying to find that. They like move spots. So there's all these hashtag hammers. I'll find it. There's gonna be a bunch sitting there once I get there. Let's go to let me ask you a question. I'm a Commanders fan. We're not shy about our fandom anymore. The green arrow is up and to the right, baby. What do you think about Debo on the Commanders?
He's washed.
I thought you were going to have glowing things to say about him, Tyler.
Why? What was glowing?
Sarcasm.
The pass that he dropped, the reduction in targets, the fact that he looked terrible, the fact that he, no matter how many players got hurt or disappeared, still couldn't do anything. What part was the fact that his rushing efficiency was down to what, 3 yards a carry? What exactly would I be optimistic about? Oh, he's 29. That's good. He's old and has a lot of injuries.
How do you think he fits on the Commanders? I know you don't like him, but obviously he does create issues. He creates mismatches and stuff. You have to pay attention.
Yeah. If he's playing and not punching the long snapper or all those other things, I don't know. He looked so done. I mean, so done. It was so bad. So is he an upgrade over what they had? Sure. He's better than Olamide Zaccheaus, right? I mean, he's better than Noah. No, I mean, maybe not. I don't know. I think he's better than Olamide Zaccheaus. He's better than Zach Ertz, right? I mean, he's more of a threat than Zach Ertz, although Zach Ertz was pretty good last year.
Oh, he was rock solid, man. Rock solid.
And, he's certainly better than irrelevant Sinat.
I call him Sino.
Oh, Sino. That's a good one. Yeah. Sino for no. But no, he is. Here's a piece of advice I always tell people. When an older player, 28 or older, let's say, shows you that they're done, believe them. They probably are.
Yeah, he's always been frustrating too. I don't think I've ever. Yeah, I've been a no ownership Debo guy like through and through, and I've pulled it off. I have 0 Debo except for like one best ball. Literally have never had a Debo. I was always a no Debo. I've changed on Kittle now, but he was another one that I would never touch. But I like it for the Commanders personally. I just think it could shake up the offense a little bit. He's also like a high energy guy. I don't see it as a net loss. What do we give up?
No, of course
not. 5th rounder or something for him.
They got him for nothing.
It was very cheap. Didn't get him for it. Yeah, I don't know. I dug it. Because I finally can become a Debo fan.
Look, when you have a quarterback on a rookie contract, you have the luxury to make moves like
That's
this.
a very good point.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you have cap space, and we see in free agency that you cannot actually spend the cap space on good players. So you have to spend it on bad players or, overrated players. So is it the end of the world? No. Is it going to make all the difference in the world? I doubt it.
We've got a question from bball3710. Thank you for the question. This is a 12-team Superflex. We've got Josh Downs and Daniel Jones for the 112. Thoughts? Let's assume a start 10. So medium depth. What do you think? Josh Downs and Daniel Jones or the 112?
Well, The thing with Josh Downs is I am worried that the Colts are going to take like Tyler Warren. And then the problem with that is you're going to see overlap in the skill sets in the middle of the field. You're going to see kind of some issues with Josh Downs, who already was not productive with Anthony Richardson as it is. So this is like one of those where I'm not excited. No matter what I'm starting with, I'm not excited. If I have the 112, I'd rather try to see what the alternatives are with the 112. If I'm starting with Josh Downs and Daniel Jones, I don't know. Could you sell them separately for a slightly lower pick and then Daniel Jones for some sort of other pick? Maybe you could do a little bit better that way. I guess I'd probably take the 112 if I were starting with the Josh Downs side. It doesn't excite me though.
Yeah. It's not
meh.
It doesn't make a move.
Very meh.
Make a move.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let's go to another one. I could have sworn I saw another one right now. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. We're gonna.
You have so many. There's so many people active in your chat.
Oh yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Here, I'm gonna share this this wheel again.
Ooh.
We're gonna spin this. This is gonna be for another listener league spot. I'm gonna give out like 4 of them tonight. We've got a few.
How many listener leagues do you have?
3 or 4.
3 or 4.
We've got, or no, 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Andrew is the 3rd winner here. Thank you for doing that. And I got to find out, I'm going to have to get you talking and ranting about something so I can find out the StreamYard giveaway tool, because the crowd who's in-house here should have shot at these too.
Oh, I love that.
What are you good at ranting about? Doesn't have to be like football.
Oh, I don't know. Well, put up something that put up someone's question that you think is like not a trade, like some other type of question.
Okay, let's see. Somebody give Tyler, excuse me, a question so I can find the StreamYard giveaway tool. Okay, this is good. Oh, what are you really getting for Richardson right now? Anthony Richardson, where's your head at on him?
Well, he's bad. But he had the lowest passer rating of all passers last year. Luckily for him, Daniel Jones was 2nd worst. So maybe he still has a chance. He's been pretty bad, right? I mean, look, I'm not getting into some of the other things. I hear some people say, well, you know, he took the 1 play off. I don't care about that. Was that smart? No. But he was bad. I mean, the statistics show that he was bad. He doesn't deliver for the wide receivers. You must actually be able to play quarterback. That is kind of a
allegedly
important criteria. You must throw the ball. It is a part of the game. He did not display the ability to do that. Now, he is only 23 years old. Could he learn? Sure, it's possible. But what's the most likely outcome? That he doesn't learn. But I will say, as a Giants fan, for all those saying, oh, Daniel Jones is so much better. Daniel Jones is wonderful. Oh, Daniel Jones is horrible. Daniel Jones is horrible. I don't understand what people are talking about. Did you watch Daniel Jones last year coming off the torn ACL? Daniel Jones, the running ability is gone. And that was the only even decent thing about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback. Daniel Jones has never been good. So if Daniel Jones wins the job, wins in quotes, it's not because he won it. It's because Anthony Richardson was so horrible that he lost it, and then he wouldn't have been good anyway. So it didn't matter that they added Daniel Jones.
So I did find the giveaway tool. So put in the chat. You only have to do it once. #hammer in all lower caps. #hammer. So we've got, let me see how many entries. We've got 12 entries in there right now. I see them ticking up. It's for a listener league spot. So pay attention. #hammer into the chat if you're on the YouTube machine. Tyler, we actually have 710 people watching us right now across X and and the YouTube machine. So thanks so much for joining. Hit that like, that heart, whatever you see. Easiest way to help out this channel. Let's keep moving on here. There was a trade, and there's some very strong opinions on this one, but where's your head at? You probably will have a strong opinion. This is from Charming Thick. 12 team superflex. like the smirk on your face too. What are we, 12 years old? 12 team superflex, start 10, half PPR. Jaden Daniels or Amon-Ra and Baker?
I mean, it's Jaden Daniels pretty easily.
Yeah.
If you actually look at the picks, like where they are in startup, it doesn't look that unfair, but it's just a little light. I feel like it's not as I think a lot of people are saying it's not even close. It's not actually that far off, but it is Jaden Daniels for me. I would need more. I would need a better receiver than Amon-Ra. Although there aren't that many of those.
Yeah, that's a short list.
Well, okay. If it said Malik Neighbors and Baker Mayfield, I would do it. How about that? I would do it. I would do it if that's what it said. I would do.
Yeah, I struggle when it comes to like a name like Jaden Daniels. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm the biggest Amon-Ra fan.
I love him.
Baker Mayfield. Just
him.
Like going down to that name stink. I just always think of myself, and I'm a tough person to trade with probably, but it's just you're always thinking resale.
You host a trade show. Don't you make a lot of trades?
Yeah. When I'm active and not in a or off for a month. I was gone for a month. Baker doesn't exactly have tons of resale value, but I like Baker. But you see what I'm getting at? If I'm trading a sexy name like Jaden Daniels, I'm gonna need something more exciting than a Baker Mayfield quarterback. Amon-Ra St. Brown, good talk. I'd need a 27 first on top of this. I think I would even kick in a 26 second. Just call it
one of these things either has to be a lot better or there needs to be a first. I mean, 26 first would be nice. I don't know. Is everyone is just so obsessed with 27 firsts. I mean, I get it.
Listen to the market at this point and then leverage that.
I get it. But if you're asking me, would I rather have a 26 first or a 27 first? I would rather have a 26 first. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
the 26 first is coming sooner.
Me too.
You're going to be able to trade. I guarantee, 100% guarantee that during the 2026 rookie draft, what are we going to hear? The class is not as bad as we thought it was. Now I actually like some of the players in this class.
There
are some question marks about next year. I'm actually excited for this player at the 110. Every fucking time. Every time. This is what happens. This is the reality of the situation. Every time.
It really is. Every single time. Every single time. I mean, the 2025 picks were supposed to be the most coveted, like best thing ever pick. And then a month later, it's like, meh. It's
24 for me.
Everything really changes. It's all about your league market, your league economy. Like what do your league mates think about the value of the picks?
People overrate when there's that one player. They think the one player makes the whole class. In 2024, people were so obsessed with the class because Caleb Williams was in it, right? Caleb Williams is now what? The 5th most valuable player? Maybe not even the 5th. 6th most valuable player from the 2024 class. It may be that one player, but a lot of people overvalue a class when they see that one player. Sure, Jeremiah Smith, we all know who that is, right? Like there was
everybody gets a Jeremiah
Before that,
Smith.
There was Trevor Lawrence. People were talking about that for years, but one player is not a whole class.
No, it's not. All right, so we're going to go to the giveaway tool here. Let me share the screen again. Hashtag hammer. Get it in. Going to present. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're going to hit the draw button. This is for a listener league spot as well. And look, it even pulls up the avatars. All right, let's see who's going to get this one. KFS, which is trademarked. And hey, KFS, I don't have any way of getting your email and stuff. Email Clay at dynastytradesin5.com. Oh, I remember this guy. I was like, man, is that some like sick Porsche you're standing next to? So yeah, email clay@dynastytradesin5.com and say you're sick Porsche guy. And we'll get you in there. I'm going to draw again though while we're on this screen. I think let's see if I win it.
That would be funny.
Then we'll just give it to Tyler. Adam Bruno. Adam's been very involved in the chat tonight. So
I see that.
This is well deserved. So that'll be a spot as well. And just a heads up, there's one league, our Dynasty Trades in 5 Squirt League. It's just straight up missing one person. But then there's another
league?
The Squirt League.
Squirt League?
Squirt.
What is that?
Yeah.
Why did you name it that?
That's a long story. That's a very long story. But yeah, we got the Squirt League.
I don't want to get your channel demonetized by talking about it too much.
Squirt League, Hammer League, Orb League. One of which is going to end up being like a dispersal of like 6 teams or so. Anyway, whatever
I love that.
Yeah, whatever you
dispersal is so much better.
Is it? I've never been part. I've been part of one. I've never run a dispersal. I've been part of one.
It's easy to run a dispersal, but it's really good because is it not?
I'm sure it is. I'm the worst commissioner ever. Like this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't run leagues, but you know, a dispersal. Dynasty Outhouse always tells me it's easy.
Okay, let's see here. Michael says, great show, guys. In a Superflex Dynasty 12-team league, would you trade away Kyren and Jonathan Taylor for Breece Hall and JSN? I don't have early draft picks and just have Pollard Stevenson to start. So let me repeat that again. 12-team Superflex. Let's assume it's a start 10, this medium depth. Would you trade away Kyren and Jonathan Taylor for Breece and JSN?
Of course.
Yeah, that's it's quite easy for me too, but explain yourself a bit.
Well, I mean, I'd still rather have Hall than Kyren, I guess. I'd rather have Hall. And then I'd rather have JSN over Taylor, so it's not hard.
Yeah, it's the fact that it's JSN in there and the other side is 2 running backs. That's the piece that you want, right? Is it Tyler in that trade?
Of course.
JSN is what sticks out.
I don't want Breece Hall, really, but I have some concerns with Kyren and Jonathan Taylor too.
If it were half PPR, does it do much for you? Do you care too much, Tyler, between half PPR and full PPR? Does that make a huge difference?
Not a huge difference, but it does matter. The only thing actually that people don't talk about enough is in a half PPR, you cannot win without a quarterback in your super flex spot. Can't do it. The other players don't score enough. They don't score enough to overcome the quarterback in half PPR. So I never fade quarterback, obviously, in super flex. That's not my strategy. But in a half PPR, that's not even a consideration. You cannot win without quarterbacks. So it's more that actually than running back versus wide receiver.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, let's we're gonna grab one more and then here, let me just run this one more time so I can come up with a clean. Yeah, okay. We'll go back to the wheel. People who filled that out was it's very helpful for me. So let's remove this. I am not even gonna show this. We will show the screen. It's fun. It's fun. People can deal with this. I like
fun.
I'm going to end up doing the timestamps. People can skip the wheel and not have fun with us. So this is going to be for...
You do timestamps for this hour-long video?
Yes. Andrew. There's another Andrew. Okay, so no problem. Because they both get spots anyway and both on the wheel. Okay, sweet. Andrews are winning today. All right, let's do another question here, and then we we're getting close to the end. So okay.
Oh, this is not even that long of a show.
What's up?
Oh, so Ask DLF when we started, the show was 4 hours long.
No way.
Yo,
no way.
Streams are still there. You can go look on the DLF YouTube channel. You can see multiple. I think we did 10 or 24-hour streams.
Yeah, that's brutal. We did some super streams in the past, and I can feel it. I can feel it at the end of that. And, hosting is harder because you're just constantly.
Last year I
just
did
on.
4.5 hours during the draft by myself.
Just what a savage. Tyler Donnelly has a question for us here, and DK Metcalf was on the thumbnail. Oh, we got to talk about Justin Fields too. But Tyler Donnelly says 12-team Superflex start 11. That's my favorite format. Trade DK for the 112 and 210. I currently don't have a first or second this year. What do you think?
It's fine. I'm not excited by this at all. It's okay. I don't know. If you're tanking, if you're tanking and it's this or nothing, I'd do this. Does that give you an idea of like my feelings about this trade?
Yeah, this one's interesting. What does the crowd think about this one? So it's a start 11. You're trading DK for the 112 and the 210. He says he currently doesn't have a first or second this year. It's close. The fact that it's the 1 for 2. But yeah, we don't have any context around the team.
Do you rank?
No. What are those?
So no. So like I have my rankings like in front of me when I'm doing these. I did this in the past, but when I used to do live shows, I always have the ranks in front of me. But I also have a pick value chart.
Okay. Yeah.
It's there on the Patreon if you want to join.
Oh, people love it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know people love it. I think it's actually overrated and people use it for the wrong things. But regardless, people love it, so I put it up there. I have DK Metcalf rated between the 109 and 110. So 112 and what was it? 210?
Yeah.
That's about right.
Yeah, it's close. It's definitely close.
But you can see like I'm not excited. You know, I like being excited for a trade. I'm not excited.
Yeah, we got Cassius Carter in here saying if DK is my wide receiver 3, I'll take the picks. Otherwise, there's real upside there. If he's my wide receiver 2, I'm holding.
Yeah, that's irrelevant.
Hold DK for Tayton Hillis.
What matters is if you're in a rebuild and you're tanking and it's that or nothing, I'd do that. If you're not, then I probably wouldn't. That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, and Michael says Metcalf's hard to figure out this year with the QB situation and Pickens there in Pittsburgh.
Well, Pickens just posted a picture of himself with Tom Brady. You can work out what that means in wide receiver speak. I don't speak wide receiver Twitter, but I'm not fluent in that language. But maybe that means something. I don't know. I've
always been a big DK Metcalf fan, but
I mean, aren't we all?
Yeah, I've always been a big X wide receiver fan, but then you have but then you have like I know, then you have the JSNs and like lads who come out and just gobble all the targets, and that's how you.
The best is when you get one player who can do both of those things.
Oh yeah. What do you get?
There aren't that many of those.
That's why I like Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yeah.
Yes, Amon-Ra is able to do all this. Puka Nacua can do everything.
Mr. Puka.
Nacua is so good. Brian Thomas, I think, might be the next one who can do everything because he has everything. He has all the abilities to play all of the positions.
I didn't realize it. Yeah, I didn't realize it. I knew he was tall. I thought he was like 6'2" or something. He's 6'4". I didn't realize he was 6'4".
A lot of the concern was that it was just size. It wasn't going to translate. But then we see in the NFL all of a sudden actually being used more than he was used in college. But of course, he played in college with Malik Neighbors. He's never, ever going to play in the NFL with a receiver as good as he played with in college. So he's going to need to be used more, ironically, in the NFL than he was in college. Very rare, but it's true.
So you're a buy sell guy. You're a buy sell guy, a rankings guy, dynasty stashes.
Buy sell more than rankings, yeah.
So who is your biggest buy at running back right now?
Oh, well, those don't exist.
Who is your biggest buy at wide receiver?
Probably JSN, maybe Garrett Wilson. Those two.
Talk about Garrett Wilson. That goes right into Fields.
Sure. Guess who is the next player on the video that's coming out Wednesday? Garrett Wilson.
Nice.
Well, I have a lot of things I could say. I mean, the show sheet's already made, but he had a lot of target share. Target share is good. He's had 147 targets or more in every season. That's a lot. A lot of wide receivers you think are very good have never had 147 targets in any season. He had a 34.5% air yard share last year, but only a 62.8% catchable target rate, which is very bad. That's 86th among wide receivers. So,
Bob.
Yeah. So people are saying, well, Justin Fields is going to be a downgrade. Maybe, but downgrade from what? 86th best catchable target rate? How is it going to be that much worse? I don't know. It was already so bad. So maybe it'll be not as much of a downgrade as people think, or not one at all. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think a lot of people are scared of Justin Fields, and they don't realize how bad it was already.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was horrible. So
it's got to be better for the offense.
I'm not going to say it has to be better.
It's threading the needle. It's where do you want to? How do you want to make your bet? Are you just gonna maybe you go Fields, stack Fields with Brees?
Well, I don't want to do that.
You don't like running backs.
Well, I don't really want to. With Fields, I mean, in Dynasty, I can't imagine that I'm ever going to have Fields, because Fields is scary. I've got
a lot of Fields.
Yeah, well, get out while you can.
Which means I didn't get out of enough of the shares.
You were just given a golden opportunity. He's worth more now than he was during last year. This is the moment right now to get out while you can, because Justin Fields is bad.
The problem is it's all the Fields I have. Maybe I have one where it's not, but it's 4 point per passing touchdown. It's like very, very deliberate. I don't know. I need
so then you can get more.
Yeah, I like where your head's at.
Right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You can get more. So that's good.
Yeah. That's a good point.
You just have to make more trades. I think that's part of the problem. I think you're taking too much of a break from trading. Just send more offers.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going crazy on freaking Sleeper tomorrow. Just hurling them a trade fest. Dude, let's call it for an evening. This was he was like, yeah, fuck that, let's go. No, this was great times, man. I appreciate you jumping on, helping out. Enjoyed it. A lot of people in the audience or in the surveys were mentioning your name, so I thought that was super cool. Wanted to get you up here, but yeah, explain yourself real quick. Sell something if you want to. Go ahead.
Sell something. Yeah, I figured out how to put the link in myself. That's the link to the Patreon, which may or may not show up. But
I'll put it in too.
Yeah. Patreon.com/fantasy.
So there's a promo right now for the next 2 hours. 2 hours and 9 minutes, right? Okay, so it's in the chat. Promo code at checkout DTI5 gets you what, 75% off?
75% off your first month. And then so that's actually the best offer I've ever offered.
Woo.
Yeah, no, I figured since this show has so many loyal viewers and people are very excited to be here, that I would give an extra discount. I see a lot of people saying they want more of me. They're used to the show being 4 hours. You know, that I'm not, and now I'm 30. It's a different time. I was 26 when the show was 4 hours. So it's so old, but I don't know. I mean, I would come on again at some point. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, we dust off your live stream. Your live stream shoes there.
I definitely, live streaming is definitely something I've moved away from, but it's not because I don't want to, but this is definitely more of the type of thing I would do because you're such a great host. So it keeps me like going. When I'm by myself, I get all it is off the rails, you know. So
Well,
I need that like conductor.
Yeah, a
To
conductor.
keep
Yeah,
the train going, you know.
when I listen back and do the stamp stone and be like, damn it, there was a rant right there, Clay, and you cut him off. You cut him
Oh,
off.
don't worry about that. I'm sure there
Yeah,
were plenty of rants. You don't need to have everyone.
Oh man. Cassius Carter says, thank you, Clay. Missed you, man. Nice work, Tyler. Yeah, appreciate everybody here. We got 853 eyeballs still
Oh, I
watching.
love that.
Hit the heart, hit the like, all that good stuff. Subscribe. All the cool kids are doing it. And yeah, we'll see you. I will see you next Tuesday at 8:30 with a TBD guest with me. So we will see you next time. I'm gonna end this stream. Cheers. You want to say bye, Tyler?
Peace out.
All right.